Hello everyone, this is Yogita and you're watching English Finishing School. Friends, in this video, we are going to discuss about another non-finite verb which is called gerund. In our previous video of non-finite verbs, we had discussed the rules of infinitives in a sentence, and today we will discuss the rules of next non-finite verb, that is gerund. If you have not watched that video of infinitives and you want to know about them, link is there in the description box. You can go there and watch. So let us focus about gerunds. But before we proceed with the discussion on gerunds, how are they used in a sentence and what is the structure of a gerund, subscribe our channel and also hit the bell icon so that you can get all the updates about our future videos. So let's get started. Gerund, which is an example of a non-finite verb. Non-finite verb, as I told you, always exists in a sentence with the main verb. That means you cannot say that it is important to make a sentence. It is not important to make a sentence, but it is an additional verb in a sentence which always comes with the main verb or finite verb. So, non-finite verb, the structure of a gerund is V1 plus ing. Now there are V1 plus ing. We have a continuous tense, right? She is going. But remember, that's not a gerund. So let us discuss then what is a gerund in a sentence. The structure is same as we have in a continuous tense, V1 plus ing, but is used in a different way in a sentence with the finite verb. So let us understand what are the functions of gerund in a sentence. First of all, a gerund is used as a subject. Remember, a gerund is not a verb. It is a verbal word made up of a verb and it acts as a noun in a sentence. Like, if I use gerund as a subject, I'll have sentences like swimming is my hobby. So here, what is gerund? Swimming, because it acts as a subject and it acts as a noun. And what is my finite verb here? That is the main verb is. So I can change its tense. Swimming was my hobby, but I cannot change it. So that is why it remains same. It remains unchanged. So it becomes an example of gerund. Next is as a subject. Blogging is getting popular. So this is my gerund which is used as a subject or a non-finite verb. Next, gerund is also used as the direct object in a sentence. Now I also discussed in a previous video what is the direct object, which answers the question what or who. So how it is used here as a direct object, let's understand. She loves reading books. So here reading books is my gerund. So V1 plus ing is again structure, that is of gerund. So which is acting as a direct object to the verb loves. Then look at example number 2. I like bird watching. Again it is used as a noun, as an object and acts as a direct object to the verb like. So here gerund is playing the role of an object, a direct object indeed. Let us come to the next role of gerund in a sentence as subject complement. So we had already discussed about a subject complement. Let me just remind you for a revision. Subject complement is basically an expression which is always after the linking verb or the helping verb and that describes about a subject, as we discussed in our previous video on infinitives. So here in this sentence, the example is my favorite pastime is dancing. So here dancing, that is gerund, is taking place after the linking or the helping verb is, and it is describing the subject my favorite pastime. So here dancing is acting as gerund and as subject complement, of course. Then one of our worries is getting good score. So one of her worries is the subject here, and is after the linking verb we have a gerund getting good score, which makes it act like a subject complement in this sentence. Let us come to the next role of a gerund in a sentence, as an object of a preposition. Now what do we mean this object of a preposition means? It will take place after the preposition in a sentence. So let us look at some examples. She is not interested in listening to you. So when we have in here as a preposition, and talking here is a gerund. So as an object to the preposition, that means it comes immediately after a preposition in a sentence. So here in this sentence it is used as an object of a preposition. Let's look at another example. I am tired. Again we have of as a preposition, and convincing him will be the gerund. So convincing is coming after the preposition of. So in this sentence also it is acting as an object of a preposition. Let us now look at another example function of this component gerund, as an object of a possessive. Now what do we mean by possessive? The words like your, my, his, her, all these are possessive adjectives. So how does it act as an object of a possessive in a sentence? Let us look at the first example. I do not like his. So his is a possessive here. Ruling his staff. So ruling his staff here is a gerund. It is acting as an object of a possessive. Then second example, she does not like my going there at his house. So my is again a possessive here, and then going there at. So further extension is going there as a gerund, which is acting as an object of a possessive. So these are the simple uses or the functions of a gerund in a sentence, and we use it in our day-to-day life. There is a long list of verbs actually which are always followed by a gerund. I enjoy drinking coffee. I like watching TV. How about going for movies? And gerund, the importance of gerunds in day-to-day conversation can never be ignored. In our next video, we'll be bringing out those conversation series very soon. So do not miss that video. Stay tuned with us for that time, and you also like the video if you liked it. So that's all about today.